What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Empirical Empires on what they teach you in high school. Hey, today we are taking a look at one of the fiercest leaders that led his empire to expand to be the largest land empire the world has ever known. That's right. Today we're talking about the Mongols. It's gonna be good. And even as the Mongols set records for land expansion and in how quickly they expanded their empire, even still, the Mongol Empire rises, lives out its golden age, and collapses just like the rest of them. Let's take a closer look at the Mongol Empire on Empirical Empires. Let's get into it. In the year 1206 CE, a pivotal moment took place in world history when a young man named Temujin was declared Genghis Khan, ruler of the Mongols. Genghis meaning universal ruler, and Khan, well, that's a traditional term for a leader of a group of people in Central Asia. From the wind-swept grasslands of Central Asia, Genghis Khan managed to unify a group of people into the world's largest contiguous land empire. The empire stretched nearly 9 million square miles and brought together peoples that had previously been in total isolation. The story of the Mongol Empire is far more than just a story about conquest. It's a collective story of how a group of nomadic tribes surviving in one of the harshest climates in the world managed to build a socially and militarily strong civilization that would challenge the status quo from China to Europe. The harsh realities of steppe life forged the Mongols into an unprecedented military force. The harsh climate prompted Mongol soldiers to be able to survive in the harshest conditions. These nomadic tribes developed extraordinary skills of survival, horsemanship, and tactical innovation that would become their greatest weapons. Genghis Khan's military genius went far beyond simple brutality, although it was brutal. He revolutionized warfare through a sophisticated system of organization and communication. The Mongol army was divided into flexible units of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000 soldiers, a system that allowed for rapid redeployment and communication across vast distances. Each soldier was expected to be supremely self-sufficient, carrying multiple horses, the tent on their backs, as well as months' worth of food as they trekked across Central Asia. Their military tactics were revolutionary. Unlike European armies that relied on heavy cavalry and infantry, Mongol warriors were light, mobile, and incredibly disciplined. They had the ability to shoot an arrow with deathly accuracy while at a full gallop. This allowed them to attack and retreat with breathtaking speed. And their psychological warfare was equally as brutal as it was genius. They struck fear into their opponents and prompted many of their opponents to surrender even before the Mongols arrived at their city gates. And like so many empires we've looked at before, this vast land conquering prompts a peace within an empire, given the subdued nature of the people who had been conquered. And that leads us to the Mongolian Golden Age. The Mongolian Golden Age takes place under the grandson of Genghis Khan, Kublai Khan. And it was under Kublai Khan that the Mongol Empire expanded their global communication and trade network. The Silk Road, which had existed for centuries, was transformed into a superhighway of cultural and economic exchange. And Kublai Khan's administration was remarkably cosmopolitan. Unlike many conquerors from other empires we've looked at, he actively recruited talented administrators from conquered territories, creating a meritocratic system that valued skill over ethnic origin. Persian astronomers, Chinese bureaucrats, and European merchants all found positions of influence within the Mongol administration. I mean, the guy basically invented Marco Polo, not the game, the actual guy. And by utilizing the best and the brightest from different cultures that had been conquered, they established systems within their empire that were centuries ahead of their time. For instance, the Mongolian postal system, known as the Yam, hosted relay stations every 20 to 30 miles across the entire empire. Messages could travel over 200 miles per day, a speed unimaginable in medieval times. And you could imagine that this communication network was extremely useful to a centralized government managing the vastest empire the world had ever known, but it also allowed for political and cultural exchange as well. Additionally, technological advancements flourished in the Mongolian Empire. Economically, the Mongol Empire was a marvel in globalization. They introduced a unified currency called the Chow, a revolutionary paper money system that was centuries ahead of its time. Unlike other civilizations that relied solely on metal coins, the Mongols under Kublai Khan created a sophisticated paper currency backed by silver and silk, which could be used across their entire vast territory. And if that's not enough, just wait. There's more classic imperialism coming up next. They established unprecedented security for merchants, known as the Pax Mongolica, or the Mongol Peace. This allowed for the movement of goods, peoples, and ideas all across Eurasia. Technological transfers were extraordinary. Chinese gunpowder technology spread to the Middle East and Europe. The Mongols didn't just conquer, they connected and catalyzed human knowledge in ways never seen before. But just like in so many of the empires that we've looked at before, so many of the unprecedented strengths of the Mongol Empire are the same factors that lead to the Mongolian Empire's decline. For instance, initially, the decentralized nature of the Mongolian Empire's government, once a strength, now became a weakness, as regional leaders fought over territory with neighboring regional leaders. As regional khans gained more autonomy, the central authority in Karakoram, where the Great Khan resided, weakened, creating a political landscape of competing interests and diminishing cohesion. And succession disputes tore the empire apart. One prime example of internal divisions is the conflict between Berk Khan and Hulagu Khan. Berk Khan was a convert to Islam, and Hulagu Khan had sacked Baghdad, which was the epitome of Islam at the time. Naturally, Berk Khan sought to avenge his Muslim brothers and broke out into all-out civil war against Hulagu Khan. These conflicts were not uncommon in the Mongol Empire, given the fact that the Mongolians did not establish a clear line of succession. Each of the sons and grandsons of Genghis Khan thought themselves rightful heirs to a piece of Genghis Khan's empire. Thus, we see separate khanates arise out of a fractured, once vast Mongolian Empire. And that's not all. Environmental factors likely played a crucial role in the collapse of the Mongolian Empire. The Mongols faced climate changes, reduced grasslands, undermining the nomadic lifestyle that had been the empire's foundation. And once you have civil unrest, and you have civil wars, and you have climate change, typically the next shoe to drop is economic instability. And an economy predicated on collecting tribute from conquered peoples is more challenging to collect when they suddenly have more autonomous regional leaders who are fighting on their behalf. The tribute system that had fueled their remarkable rise became increasingly difficult to sustain as territorial gains slowed and internal conflicts intensified. By 1368, the Mongol Empire had essentially collapsed, with the Yuan dynasty in China falling to the Ming dynasty, marking the end of Mongol global dominance. Yet, the Mongol Empire represents one of the most extraordinary examples of human organization the world has ever seen. They demonstrated that diversity, adaptability, and innovation could create a civilization that transcended traditional boundaries of race, religion, and geography. Their legacy is not just one of conquest, but of connection as well. A reminder that human potential is often greatest when we embrace complexity, communication, and mutual understanding. And a lot of conquest. But hey, today I wanted to tell you more about the imperial side of the Mongols rather than the bloody side. As for today, that's what I've got for you guys. My name is Jay. Thanks as always for watching Empirical Empires on What They Teach You in High School. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that little bell button so you know I'm coming next time. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys next time. Make sure you're sharing this with your friends and family. Peace out, y'all.